Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Elliot and his good buddy Rich. And what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Elliot's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Now, Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Elliot's going to come home with his very own training collar. You're going to be taught how to put that on and use it properly during your follow-up training session. Now, Elliot's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, and for anybody watching this video who's not an owner, Elliot is 4 months old, 4.5 tops. He's a very, very big puppy, and he's done a fantastic job learning here at the school. The first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Elliot, heel. Elliot, heel. Now, Elliot at this point has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when walking. You can't have this gigantic puppy who's going to be a very, very, very large male Cane Corso dragging you down the street. He has to walk nicely at your left, and each time that you stop your feet, whether it be to cross traffic or to talk to a neighbor, he should be sitting nicely at your left to wait for his next command. Rich encourages him, talks to him. He's doing a great job with that heel. He encourages him when he's lagging a little bit. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command. Rich will use the flat of his palm about an inch or so from his muzzle, and the one-word firm command to stay. Now, when you're practicing at home, you want him to be able to start to learn to hold these stays. Start out at about 30 seconds, work all the way up to 3 minutes. This helps him to develop focus and attention span. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him as an additional distraction so that he returns right back around to where they started at heel position. So everything starts and stops at that original heel position with your dog next to your left leg. And they take off heeling again, putting in some sits. Walking beautifully on his leash, right next to his trainer. Nice automatic sit. Rich is going to leave him in another sit-stay. And you forget when you're working with a puppy this large just how much of a baby he really is. And he is a baby. Now this time, instead of returning all the way back to him, Rich is going to demonstrate the come on command. So his command is Elliot, come, and he comes right in front and sits facing your knees so that he's not coming and jumping on you, because he is going to be a massive dog, probably well over 100 pounds when he's full grown, and he can't be jumping on you because he'll hurt you. And they take off heeling again. And we want you to know that you can practice your obedience indoors as well as outdoors. If you have a cold day and you can't get him out for very long, then practice indoors because it's good for him. It exercises his brain and gives you something positive to do with him.
Stay.
Rich leaves him in another sit-stay, and he'll demonstrate that come on command again. Rich doesn't want to overstimulate him to come in and jump on him. He just wants him to come in and sit nicely. And then he goes back to heel and back to knee. I can see the little nub wagging back there. Very good. Now the next exercises that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands. And these are very important commands to have in the vocabulary that you share with your dog, because you want him to be able to lay down and stay on his bed or in his crate. So the first down is the down from a heel position. So always have your dog seated before you attempt to put him into a down. Left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. Now, typically dogs will hold it down longer than they'll hold the sit. So you're going to start this command out, starting out at about 1 minute and working all the way up to 5 minutes, so that you have goals that you and he can practice together. This time when Rich returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around him just as he did on the sit stay. And that looks like an easy thing to do, but believe it or not, dogs will almost always pop up and want to go with you. So it's an additional distraction to get him to learn to hold it with you walking around him. And they will demonstrate that down from a heel again.
Stay.
Very good. He's doing a really, really great job, and he's come such a long way in every aspect. This time Rich will call him in instead of returning to him. You heard Rich tell him good boy on the way in. He goes back to heel, back sitting. He's a little sloppy. He's a gigantic baby who's growing, so some of his commands are not as military. I'm going to be sending home a lot of information for you with Rich tomorrow. And Rich does have a 10 o'clock appointment in Deptford, which will keep him there probably till 11 or 11:30, and you'll see him at about lunchtime. Now this time Rich is leaving him in a sit-stay. He's going to drop him into a down from a distance. You use your right hand to give this command, and you're going to be able to lengthen out the distance and the time with all of your commands. Everything is focused on the dog learning to have self-control, focus, maturity, and I think for a 4.5-month-old puppy, he has done an incredible job. So we've demonstrated for you all of Elliot's formal obedience commands. Rich will be more than happy to explain everything that we've done with him here at this school and the best way to manage him at home. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.